I'm going to tell in a couple of minutes. First, let's finish the Bhagavad Gita class in few minutes. So we remember text 1. How many of you all remember text 1? You remember? You remember? You remember? Good, very good. Suchi and Tanvi also remember?
Right.
So you want to recite it first? One
Yeah,
of you.
Just
Yeah.
recite all together.
Okay, I'll tell one line and then everybody recite, okay?
Yeah.
You have in the paper, all this is also there. So if we don't need, okay. So we'll start now. You got all the people, everybody has, it's on the screen also. Dhritarashtra Vacha Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. One of you can tell what it means?
Anyone.
Anyone? I want one of you. You want to say Aryan? Not you?
Just meaning and
Meaning, just anybody? You want to say Aryan? Yes. Very good, very good. Okay, very good, excellent. So we'll go to the next text. So next text is, got everyone has it?
Yeah.
Sanjaya Uvacha Drishtva tu Pandavanekam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharya Mupasangamya Raja Vachanam Abraved. Who wants to say this meaning? Yes, tell. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes. So we are going to hear now what exactly is Duryodhan saying now in this text. Okay, this is the third one. We have done this also.
No.
We haven't done this, correct. So I'll say one word and everybody can repeat the word, okay? Paschaitam Panduputranam Paschaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Drupada Putrena Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Sishyena Dhimata Tava Sishyena Dhimata. One more time. Paschaitam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Sishyena Dhimata. So one by word to word.
Meaning.
Pascha, behold. Itam, this. Panduputranam, of the sons of Pandu. Acharya, O teacher. Mahatim, great. Chamum, military force. Vyudham, arranged. Drupada Putrena, by the son of Drupada. Tava, your. Shishyena, disciple, Dhimata, very intelligent. Translation. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. So, we don't have so much time, so I'll just go with it. So basically here, what we are saying is, Duryodhan is speaking now the first time to his teacher. And what he is saying, he's seeing the army. So I've written the points also, you can see he's actually not expecting that so many people will be there. He was expecting very few will be there and he will easily trample them and he will win the war. That was his goal. He did not expect that so many people will be there. So many of, they'll get so many to support them. The Pandavas will get so much support they didn't expect. And here, what is he saying? He's telling to Dronacharya, very, like sarcastically, see, you have, you trained this Drishtadyumna. He is the son of Drupada. You have trained him and see, now he's fighting against us. So now, it's like also trying to tell him that you did a wrong thing, trying to poke him. So also he wants to tell that make sure that you don't, wander, because I don't want you to falter. I want you to be very serious in this battle, and I don't want you to be, partial to your disciples, because they are all his disciples. So here he's saying that, and there is a story behind this. Why actually he's Drishtadyumna? What is the story behind Drona and Drupada? Drupada and Drona both were actually in the same ashram. They were studying in the same ashram at one time when they were young kids. That time, Drupada, he had told to Dronacharya that I will give you half of the kingdom. Like that he had promised. So when Dronacharya had a difficulty and he went to his friend, so his friend, he insulted him by saying that, how can you remind me of that? You and I are not equals. I'm a big Raja now. How can you ask me, a kingdom? You want to ask something as a Brahmana, you ask Bhiksha. If you want Bhiksha, I'll give you. If I feel like giving, I'll give you Bhiksha. So Dronacharya was, he thought that he's my friend. As a friend, he went to him, but not to ask like that the kingdom. He just went as, that he will take him as a friend. And, gale lagaega, and he'll talk nicely with him. He didn't do like that. He was very, like, you are different, I'm different. Social order. I'm a big Raja, you are just a Brahmana, you don't have any money. Like that he was. So he went away back. He said, I don't want to. I came only because you're my friend. I did not come to ask Bhiksha from you. So with that in his heart, but he kept that, feeling that revenge. Not revenge also. What do you say? It was a kind of revenge. Yeah, he wanted to show him. So when he became the teacher of all the Kurus and all the Pandavas, when they finished their studies, he knew he was very much fond of Arjuna, because everything, whatever Drona had, all that knowledge, Arjuna was able to grasp everything. So when when the time came that, they've completed their study, then Dronacharya asks him that you give me Guru Dakshina, that you have to attack now the Drupada. So, and then he attacked Drupada and he actually won the kingdom also. But he gave it to, Arjuna gave it to Dronacharya. Whatever you want to do, you do. But what did Drupada feel, who got this, when Arjun came to fight, he kept a grudge against Dronacharya that I will kill him. So he is a big Raja. He was not happy.
Gave it back.
Yeah, he gave it. Yeah, again, he gave it back as a Bhiksha. So king cannot take a Bhiksha. That is a rule. King has to give Bhiksha, but king cannot receive Bhiksha. But he gave him Bhiksha. So he became very, insulted that how can you do this? So he did one fire yagya, and in that fire yagya, he wanted to get a son who would actually kill Dronacharya. So he did the fire yagya, and actually a person came out of the fire, and he is Drushtadumna. When he came out, he already knew some military science, everything. But he wanted again Dronacharya. He put his son under the care to learn from Dronacharya as his teacher. He wanted Drushtadumna to become the disciple of Dronacharya. And Dronacharya, as a Brahmana, whoever comes to him, he's supposed to give knowledge. And he had made a decision that he will only teach the Kshatriya princes. All the prince of Kshatriya kingdoms he would teach. So he cannot go back on his word. So he had to teach. And even though knowing that he was actually going to be killed by this Drushtadumna. You want to ask a question? So like this, so what Dronacharya is trying to, the Duryodhana is trying to do over here is point out how he made a mistake, knowing very well that this Drushtadumna is supposed to kill you, you still taught him. You understand? That was his point. You want to add something?
No, I want to know if they are able to catch the story.
Did you catch the story, what I'm trying to say? So Drupada is the friend of Dronacharya. And Dronacharya went to his friend to ask some help, you know.
Okay, who is Drupada's son? Anybody know?
We just spoke in this sloka. The name he wanted. Yeah.
Drupada Putrena.
Ah.
Drupada Putrena.
His name is Drushtadumna, we know, but in this sloka, it is written Drupada Putrena. His name is actually
So who are the
Drushtadumna.
two friends we are talking about?
Correct. And then what did Dronacharya do? He took his disciple who to fight Arjuna to fight with Drupada. And Drupada lost. When Drupada lost, then Arjun gave the entire, because Arjun won, right? So he gave it as a Guru Dakshin to his teacher. When he gave it to the teacher, what did teacher do? He gave it back to his friend. You did not consider me your friend, but I consider you as my friend. I am giving it back to you. So
but as a charity.
As a charity, yeah. Yeah. So understood this part?
Dronacharya is very great personality, knowing very well that person is going to kill him. Everybody knew he was born only to kill Dronacharya. Still, he taught him very nicely.
Yes.
Like that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
It's very obvious that Dronacharya thinks that he is born to kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's because he's tied under his like promise that
Yeah.
he will not deny the training of Kshatriya prince.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
how like a university. Brahmana is like a university. University should not discriminate. Whoever comes to study, right? You have to teach them. You cannot say you are a poor man, you are a rich man, or you are not qualified. No, a university has to teach. So Brahmana has 6 things he has to do. Yajana, Yajana, Patana, Patana. Yajana, Yajana. He's always performing yajna, and he has to teach others how to do yajna. He's always reading scripture, and he has to always teach others to read scripture. So nowadays Brahmana means he just wears one thread and he says, and he doesn't know even one word of any scripture. But because they're born in a family, Brahman family, they're claiming themselves as Brahmanas. That is not how the society was divided actually. So today, if somebody says, my dad is a doctor, can you go and claim you can be a doctor? You cannot. You cannot. So the Varnashrama system was like that. It's meant by qualification. Guna karma.
So this is this is what was in the third shloka. So we'll go to the fourth shloka. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhima Arjuna Sama Yudhi Bhima Arjuna Sama Yudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadas Cha Maharataha Drupadas Cha Maharataha Atra here Shuraha heroes Maheshwasaha mighty bowmen Bhima Arjuna Bhima and Arjuna Samaha equal Yudhi in the fight Yuyudhana Virata Cha also Drupada Cha also Maharataha great fighter. Here in this army, there are many heroic bowmen equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna. There are also great fighters like Yuyudhana, Virata, and Drupada. So, in this sloka, what Duryodhana is trying to tell to his guru is that he in his previous sloka, what he was trying to do, he was trying to say that you did a big mistake, right? Of telling to teach this Drishtadumna. But here he is saying that he is not afraid only of this Drishtadumna. Now he is putting his all focus on Bhima and Arjuna. Because he is so scared. Why he is scared of Bhima and Arjuna? Because these are the two people who had taken the pran. They had taken the vow that they would kill Duryodhan, Dushasan, and Karna. So that is why he got feared. Then seeing both of those, then he is seeing Drupada and he's seeing Yuyudhana and then he's seeing Virata. So what he is trying to say, Dushtadumna is a small fry in this sloka. He is seeing Yuyudhana, all of these people are also there. So he's the Maharatha. He's not calling them just some soldiers, Maharatha. So he is actually worried in this sloka, seeing all of them. But he is falsely thinking that even though all these people are there is no problem, I'll still win the war in his mind. And he's trying to tell to Dronacharya, make sure you're not partial to your disciples and make sure you fight, to the best of your ability. That's what he's trying to actually push him for. So this is what are the two slokas that we did today. I think we can go to with this, we complete and we can come to today's class. Today's story. Yeah, tell. Yeah. Yes.
Well, not yet.
He did.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. At the end of the war, he will. And you cannot kill Dronacharya so easily. He is the one who has trained all of these Maharathis. So, yeah, there is another story to it, twist to it. How they kill actually how Dronacharya is killed. So we are talking today about a beautiful story about why this is going. About Narasimha Dev. And this story is about one boy, this boy, small young boy.
How many of you heard the name Prahlad?
Anybody knows? Yeah.
Anybody knows? Oh, okay.
Okay, that's nice. Usha knows about Prahlad.
Aryan? No, not heard.
Okay. So, Dhyan, you know the story about Prahlad little bit?
Mama didn't come?
Little story, little bit, yeah?
Yeah, he knows.
Okay. So here, the story begins in a very long time back when there were two brothers. One was actually Hiranyaksha and one was Hiranyakashipu. Both were demons. So this Hiranyaksha was, we're not talking about the one who Narasimha came, but we're talking about another, his brother. His name is Hiranyaksha. He actually put this earth globe, no, inside the Garbha ocean. He threw it inside a very dirty water. You can say like that. So Krishna assumed the form of a boar incarnation, like a pig, but very big, huge size, and a little more, he has tusks also. So that type of boar incarnation he takes, and he lifts the earth out of that place, and he puts her back in her right orbit. And this person is then Hiranyaksha. He and Varaha, they both have a very big fight. And finally, Varahadev actually kills Hiranyaksha. When Hiranyaksha is killed, his brother, this guy on the right side, you can see, Hiranyakashipu, he gets very angry. How can this Vishnu, he does all this cheating and he kills all people, and he killed my brother also. So he's very upset with Vishnu, and he wants to take revenge. How he wants to take revenge? He wants to become okay. Can everybody see? Okay. Yeah. So what happened is, he decided that he wants to become, he should not die only. He wanted that Vardhan. So he thought, before he wants to attack Vishnu, he's thinking, how can I attack Vishnu? I should have the power. So he doesn't accept Vishnu as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Demon means what? He doesn't accept the Lord as the Lord, and he thinks he is only the Lord. That is a demon mentality. So he goes to, he decides, he has heard from, his gurus and all, that Brahma is the creator. So what he thinks, let me go and do tapasya for Brahma. And he decides that he will stand on one leg, and he does lot of tapasya. So I've written all the points over here. He does tapasya, and his whole body actually gets eaten up by ants, and he becomes like a ant, skeleton and all that. Finally, what happens is Brahma comes and he gives him the boon. So while he went for tapasya, what happened is, over here in his house, in his kingdom, in the kingdom of, are you all able to follow what I'm saying? Huh? Everybody's able to follow? So what happened in his kingdom is, Indradev and all the Devi Devata, they know this guy is a very bad guy, demon, he's a demon. So they want to go to his place, and they want to kill all of the soldiers and take over his kingdom. So, and they want to actually take his wife also, who is pregnant. They want to capture her and take her and make her a, until she gives birth. And their goal is, Indra's goal is that he wants to kill the baby as soon as the baby is born. But Narad Muni right away comes in that spot, and he tells him that this is wrong what you're doing. You are being like a demon. This is not how a devotee thinks. And how do you know that child in the womb is a devotee or a demon? So Indra says, no, like how we say, no, अगर वो खराब है तो उसका बच्चा भी खराब है, ऐसे ही सोचते हैं, right? So like that he is thinking, and he's saying like that. So Narad Muni says, this is not correct, this is not the way you should think. He says that I will take her to my ashram while she's pregnant, and I'll take care of her. Then Indra says, okay, and this is how he goes. And here what happens during the time that she is in his ashram, he's preaching to the baby in the womb. While he's preaching over there, and she had a boon, she asked for a boon, that while her husband has not come back, she doesn't want to deliver. So he does the tapasya for so many years. All of that time All of the time she was actually in Narad Muni's ashram, and she's hearing, and the baby is hearing all Krishna Katha, all the explanations of how Vedas, everything, Upanishad, everything, actually everything he knows. So this is what he's doing. Here, what happens at the end of the 60,000 years, finally Brahma gives him the drishti. He comes in front of him, Hiranyakashipu. And because his body is completely, you saw here, no, how his body is spoiled, then he puts some water on him and he becomes normal like this. And then he asks him, so Hiranyakashipu asks Brahma, can you give me the boon that I should never die? Brahma says, that's not possible. I'm also going to die after I have a long life, but I'm going to die one day. I cannot give what I don't have. How can I give you? What I have only I can give you, right? So what Hiranyakashipu is very, very chalu. What he thinks, I will trick Brahma and I'll somehow become Amar, like I will not die, immortal. So what he says, that I should not be, wait, I'll make this small so that you can all see. So he asked him, grant me that no living entities created by you shall be able to kill me. So nobody because whoever is created only can kill him, he thought. So he asked this. He said, okay, tathastu. Then he asked that nobody other than those created by you should be able to. So that also tathastu. Grant me that I will not die within any residence or outside any residence. He says tathastu. Then he says, not in daytime, not in nighttime, not in the ground, not in the sky. Okay, he says that not by weapon, not by any human, not by animal. That also he says, okay, tathastu. That I should not be killed by any demigod or demon, or I should not be killed by a snake or from any lower planets. That also he says, tathastu. Then he says one more thing. He says, since nobody can, defeat you, give me the boon that nobody should be able to defeat me also. Said, okay, tathastu. That also. Now what happened? Hiranyakashipu became very, very strong. He thought, nobody can defeat me. He became completely like God. He wanted to be like God. And he started
he was very clever.
Yeah.
Because he contemplated all the conditions in which one can die.
Yeah. He thought. Yeah.
Yes.
Only Krishna can kill. Demigods should not kill.
Cannot kill.
So
even
all of them.
Demons also cannot kill.
So like
But
that,
he did not think. Yeah. But he did not think that.
That much fast he could not think. So finally, when he got this boon, now he became very, very strong. And he thought nobody can defeat him. And he started to trouble everywhere in the higher planetary system, lower planetary system, everywhere he troubled everyone. After this, he sent his son to the Gurukul, and the baby is born like normal. She comes back to the home and the baby is born. Everything is okay. But because the baby has heard all so much about the Lord, that when he was sent to the Gurukul, over there he started to preach to all his friends. The gurus were teaching him things, but he was not grasping anything because he already had the knowledge. He had the best knowledge. Why do I have to go with all this knowledge? So he did not. One day his father asks, invites him and he tells him, what is the best thing that you have learned from your teachers? What did he think? He will tell whatever his Rakshasa teachers are teaching, that only he'll tell. But he didn't tell that. He said that you should not be, there is nothing called as mine and yours. That you should be equal to everyone. When he said this, Hiranyakashipu got confused. How can he say such words? My Rakshasas are not supposed to teach this. My teachers are supposed to teach him, all these politics and everything. So he goes and he calls the teachers, and he calls the teachers and he asks them that you please take care, a special care, and you teach them all this, all these diplomacy and all these things to my son. What happens? He still does the same thing. In front of all his friends, he will talk about Krishna. He'll tell stories about the Lord. And there are so many descriptions how he's actually preaching, how we are Atma, we are not, this body, that we should free ourselves in this form. You can actually understand God. All that, everything he's teaching. You want to add something?
Yeah, just like today, we are all going to school and college, right? Sometimes actually before we were doing homeschooling. You know what was the biggest objection everybody, friends, everybody told? Said, you're doing homeschooling, it's good, but you know what? Your kids, they will not learn how to be cunning. Other kids will be, cheating them or something. They will be very innocent and they will be naive. They can easily be cheated. So they think that's a good quality today. Parents also are thinking, yeah. For survival, it's a good trait to have. So actually, this is how demons think. This is not how devotees think. And we are so used to living in this world, and we think actually the demon's way of thinking and teaching is normal. But a devotee knows the difference. No, that's not normal. You see, Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. When you become a good person, then you treat everybody as equal. There is nobody called as an enemy. There's nobody called as a friend. We are all same, equals. But here, no, it's not treated like that. If you're a person of color, you're treated differently. All that is normal, you see. But that's how a demon thinks. And that's what Prahlad is actually highlighting here.
Yeah. And he's basically teaching all of these good things to his student friends, all his, his peers in the class. And what is happening? And
Actually,
then
every lesson, one sloka, it's very deep meaning, but each sloka is like amazing lesson. But we are not really going.
We are not going,
everything.
everything, because it's very nice, the entire story, but we are just touching on all of the things. So when Prahlad was learning everything, but of course he was not learning, what were they trying to teach? The diplomatic affairs, to how to pacify public leaders, how to appease them by giving them lucrative posts, dividing and ruling, all these things they were doing. That's punishing them in, that is the syllabus that they were teaching. But they did not, he was not learning all of these things. So then they thought that, now Prahlad has learned enough, let us now take him. They don't know that how much he has picked up, so they thought that they have done their work, so let us now take him to Hiranyakashipu. So his mother also gets him all dressed up, everything, and takes him.
See, one of the good qualities of a devotee is like they are like a hamsa. Hamsa means it's a very special quality it has. You give milk and water together. Can any one of us remove separate milk and water? Only that hamsa can do. It can only drink milk and leave the water. So a devotee, when he is trained in Krishna consciousness, you know what is the wonderful quality he'll pick up? He knows what is matter and what is spirit. He can separate matter and spirit all through his life. So sometimes when parents ask, what can my kids learn after learning Bhagavad Gita? This is the quality they will learn. People generally think it's not moral science. We are not trying to teach any moral science. Moral science, so many people say, oh, it's good thing, you should do, bad thing, you should not do. No, but this is much higher science. A devotee becomes very, very knowledgeable not in terms of, reciting some verses and like that, but he becomes knowledgeable by wearing this filter. He can wear this filter and he can tell what is matter and what is spirit. And he can actually live like a transcendental personality. He can become like that. Paramahamsa.
So like this, here what happens is now he's all dressed up and he takes him, Prahlad is in the lap of his father. And his father is very, very, lovingly, he's smelling his head, and बहुत प्यार आ रहा है. He is feeling so much love for his son. And he asks him again the same question. What have you learned? What is the best thing you have learned? And Prahalad says, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy names, forms, qualities, pastimes, and then remembering them, serving the Lord, offering all the paraphernalia, 16 ways of offering to the Lord, then becoming his servant, and then considering Krishna as his best friend, and surrendering everything. So this is Navavidha Bhakti. So what he is telling, what his father wanted to hear, his father wanted to hear this previous one. How to be diplomatic, how to be this. But
You want to
Prahalad,
become king, you should control, you should become a Raja, you should become conquer all the kingdoms. But Prahlad is saying you should become
servant.
What is this?
And then he's saying that you should actually not be materially, you should not be possessed too much, and you should leave everything and go to the forest and try to find Vishnu. He says that.
His enemy.
His enemy. Now Hiranyakashipu is very angry, and he asks, from where did you learn this? Then he sees, looks at his the teachers. Huh?
Krish, you want to say something? No? Okay.
So he says, where did you learn all this? So he doesn't say anything. Then he'd ask the teachers, did you teach all these things? You immediately, he changed his color. Now he's very happy. In next minute, he changed his color. He's very upset. And he says to his teachers, you are enemies. You have joined with Vishnu and you're brainwashing my son. Like that, he starts to tell to the teachers. Teachers said, no, we didn't teach him anything. We don't know from where he is learning all this. Then he looks at Prahlad and he pushes Prahlad. 1 minute he was in love with Prahlad, right? The moment he saw that he's, trying to be a devotee of Vishnu, immediately he became his enemy. Because Vishnu is his enemy, my son is also my enemy. He threw him down on the floor. And he says he has to be killed. So what they did? So what did they do? From once he heard all these things, he pushed him out of his lap and he said, now you have to kill him. So they tried to kill him with this. Look at that. There are different ways with which actually Hiranyakashipu tried to kill, with weapons.
How easy it is to kill a 5-year-old boy.
Very easy, right? What it is. But what was he doing? Look at Prahlad. He's just meditating on the Lord. Whatever Krishna, whatever Vishnu, whatever you want, let it be. I'm not going to fight back or anything. It's your wish. Whatever you decide, I'm okay with it. With that attitude, he's sitting over there.
This is Prahlad. Just like, suppose if you put your hand in fire or something, then what should happen? It will burn you, and then what will be your immediate reaction? To pull it back or do something, put some immediately some cream or something.
Save yourself.
Save yourself, right? But you know what Prahlad was convinced about? He was convinced if you surrender to Krishna, it is Krishna's job to protect.
I don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do anything. That is a different level of conviction. That is not heard of, that kind of conviction. Yeah.
So if he doesn't care, he dies, anything happens to him.
He believes that the Lord will take care of
when
him.
it's small, the babe does not doubt, has no doubt that my parents are not going to protect me. Correct? So the baby is so innocently, blissfully happy.
Like that?
Like that, Prahlad.
Yeah. Yeah, Prahlad is in that mode. Right now, we are not in that mode actually.
So we think we can protect ourselves.
Yeah. But this is a completely different level of, surrender to the Lord. So he's actually, he's following what he's preaching to his friends. So one thing is that you just do lip service. Most of the people, they do lip service. But here, this is an example of someone who actually practiced it completely 100%.
See, they put him in the fire.
This is his aunt, holy festival we celebrate because Prahalad's aunt, his father's sister, you know that story? Yeah.
The sun doesn't get in the
Aunt gets burned. Yeah, yeah. And even at that moment also, Prahlad is not jumping out of her lap. He's not jumping out and let me know. He didn't do anything. He was given poison. He was trampled under the elephants, you can see. He was put inside a snake pit. Snakes are there, no, in that. He was thrown out of from the big hilltop. So many ways he tried to kill him.
But what was his reaction?
But what was Prahalad doing? He was completely surrendered to the Lord. The Lord was protecting him. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, why we are reading Bhagavad Gita, whatever Krishna is saying, Prahalad has experienced it. Really?
So, you just didn't do it.
He didn't know. He was convinced. You know what is the meaning of convinced? Means 100%. You don't have this much doubt also. Not even 0.000% doubt. 0.0001% doubt. I mean, no doubt. He didn't have. And the Lord also reciprocated like that. So now what happened? Hiranyakashipu is fed up. This boy I want to kill. He is not getting killed. I'm trying to kill him. Nothing is, I'm not able to kill him with anything. 5-year-old boy. Then what happens? The teacher, now he is frustrated. He doesn't know what to do, how to kill him. But he can kill anybody. In all the lokas, he can kill anyone. How can I not kill this boy? So now these teachers of Prahalad, the Rakshasa teachers, they tell him, give an idea. Our father, they are sons of Shukracharya. Our father is not here. Let us do one thing. Let's wait for Shukracharya, our father. Let him come, then we'll decide what to do with this boy. Until that time, let him come to the Gurukul. We'll try to somehow usko patti padayenge to make him forget all this and to make him understand, what, brainwash him. So Hiranyakashipu says, okay, fine. After that, he goes back to the Gurukul. And he goes back to the Gurukul. Over here, again, Prahalad is preaching. And that is very long. Very, very long, actually. In the Bhagavatam, if you see, lot of slokas are there, what he's actually preaching.
Actually, he makes all his friends devotees.
And they all change. And they all start to be like Prahalad. Now the teachers become very scared. Oh my God, we had one person like this. No.
Yeah, you said Shukracharya. He's a teacher
for demons.
And he's
preaching Krishna consciousness.
No.
Then all these diplomatic.
Yes.
He's Shukracharya actually is a good question. Actually, he's not different from Brihaspati. They're on the same level. But because again, quality of a Brahmana, he should be equal to everyone. So why he chose to be the guru of demons is because he knows if everybody is only showing partiality towards the devatas, then demons will become weak. So he actually chose to be on the side of the demons so that everybody is equal.
But he's not preaching any Krishna consciousness.
No.
Not like Shiva does.
No.
He doesn't preach.
He
doesn't.
In fact, you know that story of Bali Maharaj, right?
He says, don't surrender.
Don't surrender. He, in fact, became the Shukracharya became the bee and went inside the Kamandalu. When Bali Maharaj was giving the Dan to Vamandev that time. So, in fact, it is ulta. He is telling him not to. So, that is how
Is he envious of Krishna?
No, he is not. Like I said, he wants equality. So he went into that morality trick.
Yeah. Tell.
So, and now the teachers take their own seat. they had one person that killed, and she couldn't tell. So now they have now all this things to
Yes.
Probably that is also one more thing. Maybe the teachers started to think like that. Everybody will become Vishnu's. Actually, what happened? Hiranyakashipu doesn't want anybody to surrender to Vishnu. He doesn't want. He wants whoever was surrendering to Vishnu. He was killing them. That was how he was.
That was the program.
That was his program. But he did not find anybody who
Like
is
today,
as.
see, in the school, there is no Bible. You cannot do anybody, no God's name. Right? All the schools, even in India, in America, everywhere, the syllabus out of syllabus.
Yeah.
Take God out of syllabus. Hiranyakashipu did that.
Yeah, he
God
was
is out
perfect
of
in that.
syllabus.
So what happens?
You try to kill them.
No, now listen to this. What happens? So now the teachers go to Hiranyakashipu and tell, "Arey, this is another problem we are facing. Even though we were trying to preach to this guy to teach him, instead of him, we can't teach him. He has taught everything to these boys." So Hiranyakashipu, hearing this, Hiranyakashipu is very, very upset, and he asks Prahalad, who is giving you all this power? Then Prahalad very nicely, he says, actually the same person who's giving me power is giving you also power. And that is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Then he asks, and he tells his father, means he's giving him buddhi, subuddhi bolte na, good knowledge he's giving. He's saying, don't have this demoniac type of mentality. So two things he tells. Hiranyakashipu became very angry. What is this? This is too much. And he says, you believe your God will protect you? Where is your God? He's in everything. He's in this pillar also. What? He was sitting on his throne. Okay. And he says, oh, he's in this pillar also. He says, yeah, God is everywhere. Then he picks up his sword and he says, I'll see how your God is going to come to protect you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to I'll separate your head from your body and I'll see how your God will come. And so he got up from his throne and he pushed the pillar, and from there suddenly one sound comes, very large sound. Huh? And Narasimha was very huge when he came up. So he's sitting like that on the throne and he's holding this and he wants to kill Prahalad. So from the pillar, huge Narasimha comes out and he makes very big sound. What does lion do? When lion comes out, lion makes a roaring sound, right? So he makes very big roaring sound. And Hiranyakashipu can't see him. So he's so huge, right? So he doesn't see up. He can't understand what happened actually. Yeah, what happened? We don't know. Then then that sound, he tries to see where is the sound coming from. And he's looking at this beautiful form of the Lord. And he's seeing, this is neither man, he's not animal. What is he? And he's so beautiful. He's seeing like this. You can see how he's looking at the Lord. And then he understands, that this person is going to kill him. So he tries to kill because he wants to kill his devotee, Prahalad, he wants to kill. So Narasimha wants to kill Hiranyakashipu, and Hiranyakashipu is going here and there, running, and all his soldiers are also coming. And with all his nails, Narasimha is killing all the soldiers. And one time what happened, Hiranyakashipu was captured by Narasimha. Then somehow or the other, he moves like this and he tries to free himself. So in that moment, he thinks, oh, wow, now I can attack this Narasimha. He takes his sword again and he runs behind. And but then what happens? Narasimha just picks him up. And then he goes on the hallway of the assembly and he makes him sit on his lap. Where is that? Yeah. And makes him sit on his lap. And
Why?
then
Why?
Because the prophecy was what? Prophecy was what? not in, nor on the sky. So he's on his lap. He's neither on the sky nor on the land. He's not inside nor outside. So this, what do you call it? Entryway. Yeah, entrance, not the chant bolte in our language. In what is it? दरवाजा का वो जो होता है ना, चौखट, चौखट, हाँ, चौखट पे उसको रख के, और फिर क्या था प्रोफेसी कि वो किसी वेपन से नहीं मारेंगे, तो अपने नखूनों से he actually tears him.
Nails are not weapons.
He tears him apart, and he tears apart.
Not in the day or night.
So it is in the dusk. When it is not morning, the daytime nor night. In the dusk he does this. And then he takes out and
Why
he,
Narasimha? He's not an animal, not a man.
half body is like a half is like a lion, and the other half is like a man.
And another prophecy, what he got a boon, he should not be created by Brahma.
The Lord
So
is not,
Lord is not created by Brahma.
Brahma. So like that, and then he removes all his body parts and everything, and he, you know how a lion would do. So, and then he takes all the intestines and he puts it around his neck, and he's very, 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 very upset. And then he finally throws the body on one side, and then all the soldiers come to, attack the Lord. And with his nails, he is just, just killing everyone like that. And then what happens? Everyone, all the demigods come over there, because this is such a scene to see. All the demigods come over there. Narada,
Angry form of
the Lord. We've always seen the Lord being very happy, sweet and calm and all, but this is an angry form. So everybody wants to come, and because Hiranyakashipu was troubling everyone in all the three lokas, he was troubling. So finally, finally he's dead. So with that, all the demigods like Indra, Shiva, and all the Vidyadharas, everyone pray to the Lord. But nobody is going in front of the Lord. The Lord is in angry mood. He sat on the throne. He went and sat on the throne, but everyone is afraid. Nobody wants to go in front of the Lord.
Even
Then
Lakshmi Devi got scared.
Even Lakshmi Devi. Then Brahma tells, Prahlad, you go in the front. And then Prahlad goes in the front. And the Lord just touches his head. So the Lord's touch is so special, mystical, that all the knowledge, as soon as he touches the head, all the knowledge came into Prahlad. And Prahlad started praying to the Lord in so many beautiful verses. Actually, it's called prayers of Prahlad. Prahlad Maharaj's prayers, which we would want to learn. So then finally the Lord gets calmed down. And then the Lord, gives instruction to Prahlad. He asks, now I have come. When I come, you have to ask some boon from me. You have to ask some benediction from me. Prahlad says, I don't want anything. I don't want to come back in this cycle of birth and death.
I'm not a vyapari.
First point he says, I'm not a vyapari. Vyapari means businessman. You should not be only business people. I give you something. I am doing devotional service not to get anything in return from you. Then I will be considered businessman. I don't want to be that. And then he says, I don't want anything. I just don't want to come into this material world again. I want to be getting out of this, cycle of birth and death. And then the Lord says that, I give you the blessing that you will always be, always remember me. But he says that I want you to rule the kingdom of your father and be a good king and take care of your subjects nicely. And remember me always. Don't forget me. That is what the Lord asks him. And then finally, Prahlad is, did I miss anything? You can read the remaining parts actually.
He rules for 36,000 years.
Yeah. And he's a very, very, very nice king. And
there are many.
Yeah, so many points I have written. Yeah. Yes. There are 10 Mahajanas. 12 Mahajanas. Out of that, Mahajanas means great people who you should follow.
Exemplary.
Exemplary people who we should follow. Like, somebody who is good in, say, he got a, what is that? You get a Nobel Prize. Yeah, you can say like that. The best of best. So there are 12 Mahajanas, and Prahalad is one of them.
Actually,
And-
it says Mahajanas means if you blindly follow them, you will get the same result what they got. And what did they get? What did Prahlad get?
Yeah.
He got Lord himself.
Yeah, the
The
Lord,
Lord himself he got.
So there is.
So you'll get the same result.
And so finally, they make him the king of that place. And the demigods, he pays respects to all the demigods. Just because he became a king, he did not, forget that he has to respect all the demigods also. So with this, you want to add? Add.
Just one thing I wanted to say. Of course, there are so many nice teachings.
Yeah, he wants to say something.
You want to say something? No, never. That's one of the main reasons Krishna wants his devotees to be the rulers.
And that is why he wanted Pandavas to be the rulers, actually. That was main reason. Because when devotees are there, we all want to go back to God, and our goal is what?
In fact, when Pandavas became kings, you know how many years they ruled? It's only 36 years.
Yeah.
Only 36 years. But in 36 years, they made the entire planet Krishna conscious. That is their beauty. So that's why even if it's very short time, a devotee becomes a king, then he makes sure everybody becomes devotees.
You were saying something? No, you were saying.
He was asking.
Prahlad.
36,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the lifespan at that time was 100,000 is the age a person can live.
In Satyuga.
Satyuga. So this is happening in Satyuga. And this pastime keeps happening repeatedly every day.
Every Satyuga.
Every Satyuga. So every 4 yugas pass, right? So the again Satyuga will come, again new. So
Narasimha
Krishna
will come always.
Narasimha will come always, because so this is the way that the Lord attracts devotees. So another devotee will become Prahlad. Huh? First is Prahlad. Satyuga comes first. Satyuga. Yeah. We'll tell that later. So that is Satyuga. Now we are in Kali Yuga. These two names you can
just remember that.
Yeah.
So Prahlad says one thing very nice. He says, actually, everybody is scared of Narasimha, right?
Yeah.
So Prahlad is not scared. He went so easily to Narasimha. But he says to Narasimha, I'm not scared of anything, but I'm scared of one thing, of repeated birth and death. So please bless me so that in my heart, I don't have any desire for enjoying in this world materially. So that blessing you give me.
Yeah. And the
Like
Lord was very.
One detail you told us, which is like Lord was very ferocious and very. But when Prahlad came here and Lord was asking the question, "Are you not afraid?" Then cooled down.
Yeah.
Correct.
Beautiful.
Yeah. See, no, in this picture also.
Immediately
he
became
immediately,
Shant.
yeah, he became calm actually. So this is Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai.
So we have some flowers. What we can do is we can chant a small mantra of Nrsimhadev, and 3 times we can chant, and everybody can offer flowers, and then we have some prasad.
Yeah. I'll stop this.
It is a small. You can share that Narasimha comes.
No, Narasimha Kavach nahi. We will share that. Yeah, Ugram Viram. Yeah.
You have it here?
Not in this, I think 5. Not in
In the
this.
printout, it is there?
Yeah, in the printout it is there actually. It is there in the printout. What is this? should we
Yeah, it's page 5. Page 5.
we close the Zoom? Okay. Hare Krishna to everyone on the YouTube.